Hello everyone, and welcome to Passionate Perseverance Tarot. Thank you so much for joining in today. Today's reading is going to be another look at the energy surrounding the missing person, 16-year-old Sebastian Rogers. He's been missing for over a year now. There's really not much to go on, not much evidence, not many clues, and I've done 4 previous readings. Please take a look at those readings if you haven't already. I'm jumping in thinking that you're kind of caught up with my perspective and what I've found in my readings so far. I did do some meditations also, and that's why I'm coming back with today's reading. Now, I feel his energy very strongly, and I feel pulled that there is pieces of the puzzle that we're missing collectively, that people are missing collectively. And just so you have a little backstory, I didn't know about this case until about 2 to 3 weeks ago, and I am really playing catch up. So please allow me grace. I am not super aware of all of the details or the people involved. I just know that there's a message that he's trying to showcase, and I'm trying my best to get that message out, okay? Now, I sat down and I opened myself up. I'm ready to receive the messages coming in, and this card pulled me in. It was behind me in another deck. I grabbed the deck. This card fell out. It's a number 7. It says energy, but what is pulling me in is that there's joyous fun, and I see here a mother with a child energy, people playing, having fun, enjoying themselves, but I get pulled into this energy right here. And this energy looks like someone watching, lurking, waiting for an opportunity to strike. And that is what I'm really honed in on here. Almost even gives me the energy of, and I'm not trying to say anything negative about anyone in this profession, but someone that would, like the ice cream seller that drives like the truck and rings the bell, right? And again, nothing wrong with that profession, but if someone was a predator of children, oh, what a profession for them, right? So it just raises the hair on my neck, and I consistently get the energy of a stranger that kidnapped him, and I do feel pulled to that, and I truly feel as though that's the message. Look at this. Now I'm being pulled into this, what is this thing? What is this thing? A Ferris wheel. I'm being pulled into the Ferris wheel. It's pulling me in. So I'll have to take a deeper look at that. I'm just going to write it down, Ferris wheel, so I make note of that. Because my intent today is to try to answer questions that I've had from the comment section of my previous readings as well. Look at this. Look at this. This is on the bottom of the deck of another deck. I'm sorry. I have decks laying all over, and because I use multiple decks. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I use multiple decks. I'm going to write down Ferris wheel before this is what I feel. We're going round and round and getting nowhere. Okay. All right. That could be the message coming across. All right. Thank you very much. I feel as though I got hit with the fact that it feels like going round and round in the case and getting nowhere. This is prime suspect number 1, the lurker, the stranger. So it's about digging deeper in that respect, I feel. Okay. And I have tarot cards all over because I use multiple decks. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, and I get images that come across in the cards that pull me in as the message to pay attention to. And then sometimes I also look at that, round and round again. Look at that. All right, so there's a deeper, another one pulling me in with the round and round. This one looks like an eye, and I'm going to leave that there because if you've seen any of my other readings, and I'm seeing an owl now, and the owl here, and an owl here with the vision. Wow. There can't be that many owls in this deck, and they all just came out. So there's something more. The vision. It looks, there could be like a mountain or a cabin. I don't know, but I'm being pulled to that for the vision. information or messenger, and I have this for the eye. I got to slow the energy down because I'm getting hit with a lot of messages all at once, and I'm just trying to stay on track. Okay, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. Don't take anything here as fact. I'm doing my best to try to connect breadcrumbs to help locate and find this child. Okay, I do feel, and I am a strong believer in the energy, and that it will ripple out and make a difference. All right, let me just see if there's anything more from this deck specifically that wants to come out. I haven't used this deck before for him, and that's why I wanted to take a look at this. It does help me to use multiple decks. The flame is coming out. And then I'm just seeing like the horse. It says the river, but it's upside down. So it's like a reflection. But I'm also seeing like the horse or something happening fast. And then we have the flame. So I do feel as though this is showing me something happening fast. Now I have the eye coming out. Happening fast. And this says the unseen. Okay. Ooh, sorry, that flew at me. Oh my gosh. All right. So this is insane to me. Look at this card, which was on the bottom of the deck right after the eye. If you haven't seen my other readings, and I'm seeing eyes everywhere. Every time I do a reading for him, I just keep seeing eyes. So I think the suspect has a scar over the eye. The right eye doesn't have to be, but that's what I feel pulled to. And I feel as though there's a scar or some abnormality, some identifiable mark over the eye. And I'm going to put that here because we have it coming out. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get clarity on what we have here on the table. And then I'm going to go through and ask questions that I have written down from community members in the chat. And then also I had some questions of my own. And I had a synchronicity happen today, which I found extremely interesting and I think highly important. So stick with me, everybody. I appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead and see the eyes. This was the suspect that took the child. Look at right there. See the eyes? Fox took the child. And then I have the tower moment. Has come out every time. I do feel as though there is a scar of some sort. A visible scar over the eye. Let me just gain clarity and see. Is there a visible abnormality, scar, something wrong with the suspect's eye? This is a predator of children. I have that coming out. So it's where, see this apple? This person sees children like this apple. A predator mentality. Someone that is very, for lack of a better way to put it, messed up in the head, okay? In regards to how they feel towards children or the youth. And I do feel as though this is someone that hides in the shadows, like this, right? So it's someone that hides that part of themselves very, very well, or is able to hide themselves very well that way and not be seen. So I have the eye coming out again. I'm going to put that here on the eye. I never noticed this before. I was just pulled in. And I was going to ask, is there a scar on the eye or something on the eye or a birthmark even? See how this is right by the eye? This image here? I'm getting confirmation. So I'm getting confirmation of that again. Some sort of, it could be a birthmark. I feel a masculine energy as this predator, as this suspect. And it does feel, yeah, there's the masculine energy, and it was a stranger to him. A stranger to him. Stranger. Okay. All right. I've had that come out consistently, all of my readings. So let's go ahead and we'll come back to this with the owl, because I want to mention that when I mention something else. We'll come back to this. Let me get clarity on this right here, the bardo. That is showcasing keeping stuck, keeping trapped. So this right here is showcasing this suspect energy holding kidnapping and bounding or holding hostage, tying up possibly, but keeping trapped. I almost get that, like, my precious energy in a negative way, obviously. But I get that, like, definitely a shark. Yes, this is a shark. A predator. A apex predator suspect. Okay. Now I have the flame and I have smoke. So we'll go here and just see if there's anything further that wants to come out in regard. Oh, it says vision. Okay. I think I'm getting confirmation for someone else's vision. And I will go to that now. Okay. I haven't watched any readings of other mediums or tarot readers other than one. I was pulled to a video. I had never seen her before, but let me just see. I wrote this down. And if anyone feels like going to watch this, please do so. All right. Her name is, and she's on YouTube, Psychic Reverend Donna Sapina. I apologize if I'm saying that incorrectly. She did a video, and the one that I watched specifically was about Sebastian, and it was from 10 months ago, okay? I just saw the twos. It was 12:22 when I was talking about this. The twos are always showing me I'm on the right path for his energy, so I just wanted to acknowledge that. All right, thank you. So, in her video, I didn't focus on this at all. I had another message that came through, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But I do believe, I'll have to go back and watch this again. I do believe that she talked about smoke from a chimney or a fire from a chimney, something in regards to a chimney and a cabin. Now, it's interesting that I have this coming out with vision, and she specifically was talking about her vision that she had, if I'm recalling correctly. Okay, I'm not trying to put words in her mouth at all, and I don't have permission to talk about this in regards, but I know that she's coming from a place of love and light and hope and just wanting to find this child. So I'm hoping that this will not upset her in any way if she's talking about this, but I'm trying to show confirmation of her vision, and that's what I think I have coming out. I have not gotten the cabin, anything like that in my readings, but I heard her say that. And now when I had this come out as the vision, I feel pulled to that as like here, like a cabin, mountains possibly. And then I have the flame and the smoke. And then it's almost like there's this reflection with the river. So I don't know exactly what the river will pull again, but I think this is confirmation of her vision. That's what I'm feeling pulled to, okay? And I invite anyone to go watch that and make your own decision there. I don't know anything about her, so please do your own research there, but it just was something that really resonated with me, and I'm remembering it. Now, this is showing like the woods and the night sky. I've constantly gotten night sky with his energy going out, seeing the stars. So I feel as though Sebastian left his house willingly, went out to look at the night sky. It's possibly something that he's done before and never got caught. But I'm feeling pulled to something tragic obviously took place then this evening that he went out. The night, the evening, the early morning that he went missing. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I know it's jumbled. I appreciate your grace and patience with me. The message I got today during a meditation also goes along with her reading that she did 10 months ago. I recalled her saying honeysuckle. It meant nothing to me at the time. Nothing. I just remembered it. Right after I heard the song on the radio, honeysuckle was in the song. I don't know the song. It was by Blake Shelton. Let me just see if I know the name. I wanted to look up the name of the song. And I'm seeing 11:11 right now. As I was looking at something else, it popped up 11:11. So I'm following this breadcrumb, okay? Give me a minute to do this, everyone. I appreciate you, because there's got to be some other deeper meaning, and I just want to make sure we cover all bases. All right, Blake Shelton, song with honeysuckle. Let's just see. I'm doing a Google check, and we'll see what we get. Honeybee. Honeybee is the name of the song. Okay. So if anyone wants to listen to that song to see if there's any other meanings that come down, but it's very country, right? It's a very country song. It's from 2011, and it's by Blake Shelton. And in that song, he says the word honeysuckle. Now, I found that relevant because I had just recently, within minutes, it was, I believe, heard her say honeysuckle. Now, I didn't remember what she was speaking on in that moment, but it registered to me as important. So I went to go check, and I clicked on the comments in her video, and I saw that someone that watches her video put in the comment section that honeysuckle is the name of the street that intersects, I believe, very close by to Sebastian's home. I think there's like another street, and then it's like honeysuckle. It is the street where the flashlights, there were 2 flashlights, video footage, a neighbor captured, that were seen outside the house around 3 a.m., I believe. This is footage that was seen. I believe that was on the street honeysuckle. Please, everyone, research for yourself to know if that's factual. I did a quick Google check, and I did confirm honeysuckle is the name of a street. Right there, close by, definitely possible that the flashlights were seen there. Okay. I want to get confirmation and see if Sebastian is trying to lead me to ask questions now about those lights, because I think that there's been back and forth about, are those actual flashlights or was it a garbage truck? I mean, it's allegedly 3 a.m. So let's ask that and get clarity. Okay. Let me see what deck I feel pulled to. I feel pulled to this deck. So we'll get clarity here. Look at that. I split the deck. And what I'm being pulled to on this deck is this. And look, it's lights. And it's moving lights. Moving lights. Right there. These lights are important. So I don't think it was a garbage truck. I just don't. I don't think it was a garbage truck. And if you've seen my previous readings, holy crap. Look at that. That is a light. It's a light. So it's a light, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, based on my intuitive reading and I think that whoever took him had the other light. I know that there's lights running or moving, or there's more than one light. Whoever took him had a light, okay? Because here's someone walking away with a child. The lights are important, and I do believe Sebastian had a light. I checked in other readings, and I did have it come out where he left the house with like a flashlight. It kept showing me keys and a light, so I then was able to do my own research and find out that I think it was a key ring flashlight, which aligned with what I was getting in the reading. So look at that. Look at that. It's a light. It's a light. It is a light. And I think he had one of these lights. Let me just see. I'm being pulled to this deck. Breakthrough and awareness. And there's the light. See? 2 lights. He had one, and whoever took him had the other light. Let me confirm that the stranger had the other light. Someone was watching and waiting for him. Holy crap. Look at that. Confirmation, okay? That for me is confirmation. Multiple times. So I feel as though, and look at that, I just am splitting the deck. I'm splitting the deck. It's a light bulb. Added confirmation. I'm just getting chills all over. Whoever this suspect was had the other light. Now it's showing me the eye. This is someone that lurked in the shadows, watched and waited. And then I want to say grabbed him, but I feel almost like tricked him into coming with him is the energy I get. Let me just see if that comes out. I think so. I think he tricked him. Here's lights. Look at how these hands are lit up. Look at that. Confirmation again of having the 2 lights. But I think this suspect, this lurker, tricked him into coming with him. And then they got into a car. I'm seeing the 11 confirmation for me. I think he was tricked into getting into a vehicle by this shark. I think this shark, this predator, look at, because I'm seeing this as like the shark, right? A whale, and it was pulling me into the shark. So, and that's showing me ultimate achievement. I did it for this predator that preys on PREY children. I just saw 2222 on the camera. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, it's all, oh, it's really, my last reading was rough for me, so I'm just so appreciative because I just felt like I was really letting him down. It was this, and this is a 2. I just was struggling to make sense of the connections, and I wanted to really voice the message that he was trying to get to me and make sure that I dialed it home, and I believe wholeheartedly that this is the message that he's trying to get me to get out there and to get across. And it's like everybody's going round and round. Round and round, it feels like a lot of wasted energy, to be honest. Wasted energy going round and round, or bickering, or arguing, or fighting, when there's a predator out there. And I'm not trying to say that it's not important to fine-tune details, facts, and facts first, right? But really, go with the facts. Facts. Don't go with hearsay. And I know that this is comical coming from a reader of energy. Most of my work is in the gray area and has nothing to do with facts that would be black and white, right? Like, so I understand that, but it's really, yeah, like I work in the gray area. I get that. But this is about refocusing on the facts, dialing in on those facts, and then where do we go in order to find him? Now, I was also led to her reading, and I apologize. Her name again is Psychic Reverend Donna Safina. And she did have a vision here. A vision. And here it is. Visions. Vision. I want to know, let's ask, in regards to, my ear is ringing right now, so I do feel as though there is an element here of him being taken someplace. Was he taken to, and now this is when I get a plan. I do feel as though there was a plan put in place by this stranger. I don't know operating alone or not. I'm going to have to look at the energy again for that. It feels like a predator that would be operating alone. However, I really have to revisit that energy. It's someone who manipulated and controlled the circumstances, and I feel tricked Sebastian into going with him. All right. Let me just see. I'm going to have to go to another deck, but I do have a tower coming out that is showcasing that. And the masculine energy is coming out as well. So I do feel it's a masculine that hid and lurked and waited and watched under the moon, under the night sky. I have it right here. Under the moon, under the night sky, to claim a victim. Okay. Give me just one more moment. Let me go to this deck here. Here it is. Tricked. 6 of Cups. I almost felt like it was an ice cream, and I know that that sounds completely far-fetched, but that's what I kept seeing in my mind's eye. But it could be where my guides are trying to show me something that like would entice me, right? Because if someone came to me with an ice cream and I'm a vulnerable child, here it is right here, 6 of Swords, like a vulnerable child, I would be like, oh yeah, I want an ice cream. And that alone might get me to go with someone at a young age, a young vulnerable age. And it's showcasing that there was something that enticed him to go with this person, is what I feel happened. Let me see, because I do have a deck that would showcase that specifically, but I think it could just be more so that it was something that would entice Sebastian, and it's showing me as the ice cream. But let's just see, because either way we'll get confirmation of that. We'll see. Look at that. I split the deck. Look at that. Look at that. So something that, for me, it's ice cream. For Sebastian, it could be something obviously different, right? But something that would have enticed him to go with this person. Wow. There's multiple ice creams in this. Look at that. I split the deck again. It came out again. So, and there's all different types of things in this deck. There are ice creams though. So, I mean, but still, it's coming out. Let me just see if I'm getting any other messages, because I do feel as though like the watching, waiting, lurking could be where he had seen him previously. And the fact that it came out again is leading me to feel like it could be where this suspect could work someplace, either in fast food, possibly where there's ice cream served. Someplace, though, where he would be able to be engaging in his predatory ways without drawing attention, if that makes sense. Like, engaging in a way that doesn't provide, cause alarm. Yeah, it's not going to cause alarm for him to be lurking or watching if he works at like an amusement park, right? Or if he works at some place where kids frequent, or a burger joint, that type of energy. Okay, and I'd seen the 2. That's why I pulled that, because I'm taking the 2 as confirmation on the right track, as well as the 11s. Okay, let me just get further clarity in regards to a possible job. Okay, let me just see. As far as work, what does the suspect do for a living? Is it something, employment confirmation? Something where kids frequent. I do feel as though it's something where kids frequent. I get the Chariot with that. So it feels as though being pulled to this river again. I don't know if it could be someplace that's close to water. I don't know the layout there in, I believe it's Tennessee. If I'm misspeaking on that, I apologize. but it feels as though it could be someplace close to water. And look at, I'm seeing close to water right there. And that's the 2. Thank you. On the right track. So I do feel as though, and I have the Wheel of Fortune coming out with that, I do feel as though there's the possibility of the suspect working someplace where children frequent, close to water. Okay. All right. As a possibility. Okay. Let me just get further clarity, and then I'm going to wrap this reading up. I'm going to be coming back to do another one as soon as I'm able. It drains me. I really, oh my goodness, look at this. This card doesn't even belong here. It was here accidentally. It goes in this deck. It must have got mixed up. It was on the bottom of this deck when I picked it up. His energy is so strong because I'll show you what's underneath this. The 2. The 2, which we're showing on the right path. And look at, this is a card showing the path, right? So I was just going to come in and ask regarding this mountain or cabin as a possibility of someplace he was taken. Let's see what comes out in regards to that. And again, this was not me. This was someone else's vision, someone else's work. And I'm just trying to get confirmation or further clarity in regards to that. So thank you, everyone. This is fighting me. The World in reverse. The World, which would showcase where in the world, right? Where in the world are you? Further clarity. Was he taken to a cabin? Was he taken to a cabin? Someone took him. The devil energy is coming out. Someone manipulating, controlling. This predator. I keep hearing apex predator. Apex predator. It's like carried him also. Carried him. Carried him. I don't know if could have drugged him with whatever was given. I'll check on that just because I'm feeling pulled to that in this moment. But it's where, yeah, it could be. Possibly drugged him. Were you taken? Page of Wands. Let me just get further clarity one moment in regards to... Let's go to this deck. All right. There's the Chariot. So moved, taken by vehicle. And where were you taken? Could be like a dirt path or a dirt road there. Is there a cabin? Is it a cabin? The devil again. So I'm not completely getting confirmation of a cabin, but I'm getting confirmation of moved via a vehicle, manipulated and controlled, forced. I'm being told forced somewhere. Okay, and I do have the child coming out. So all of that's coming out. Let me just see in regards to the energy, the possibility of being drugged or given something that would cause an altered state. Let me just see. Guidance, please, in the energy. Were you given something that would cause an altered state or drugged or passed out in any way? Clarity. Oh, I feel it in my throat. I already had the Toxic card come out. This is saying key. Spirit of the key. Spiritual knowledge. I felt it in my throat space, though. So I do feel as though there's a possibility of him being given something that would have caused him to be lethargic, possibly, or less combative. I feel pulled to that. Let me just see if I have another deck that might showcase something along those lines. Let me just see. Maybe one here. Let's see. Based on the insecure, I feel like he was taken, kidnapped, but taken someplace to be held, is what it feels like. So I don't know for sure if there was something given him, but it feels like there was. It feels like there was. I'm seeing the eye. See the eye there? I just keep getting pulled back into that. So I feel as though there's something more to come out in regards to that. Could even be someone that might wear glasses a lot to cover that up. Just because I saw that right after. Okay. All right, everyone. That is what I'm getting. Let me just get clarity on this river. The chariot is here, so it could be close to a river, but let me just get confirmation or further guidance in regards to, I think the person works by the water, because I get 3 of Pentacles. Does this suspect have a job or employment that would be close to, I think so. I get 9 of Cups energy, but it's showing me a positive card, and I'm seeing the treasure chest there. So I'm getting positive energy for that. And another one. Yes. Yes, and there's the water. So I feel pulled to that. I've gotten that multiple times. I think the suspect works close to the water and someplace where children would frequent. So it's where he would be able to be doing his job and watching children, and it wouldn't be alarming because it's his job in some way, right? I get pulled to possibly that type of energy. Okay. I think I covered everything. I'm going to have to take another look and come back and cover more. Let me just see. Oh, I want to pull just one and see if... We did see if he was... I was going to look and see, was it like a snatch and grab? But I think we had gotten multiple times that he was enticed. So I did answer that. Okay, he was enticed, right? Let's just see. Energy for Sebastian, were you enticed? Yes, yes. Okay. All right, so he's tricked in some way to get into the car and then gets taken to another location. I'll have to try to dig deeper on that. Let me just see if there's anything more that I wanted to take a look at in this one. Oh, the garbage truck. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm pretty sure we got that it was not a garbage truck. Like, I really don't think it was a garbage truck. But let's just see. In regards to the street, because that was the honeysuckle. I'm sorry that I got sidetracked. The honeysuckle street. Was it lights or... It's lights. It's lights. There's the star. It is not a garbage truck. It's lights. And look, there's 2 mirrors there. So it's absolutely lights. Okay. It is not a garbage truck. Yeah, not a garbage truck. Confirmation that it's not a garbage truck. It is not a garbage truck. Look at this. Not a garbage truck. And this looks like garbagey to me. So that's how I'm intuitively reading that, but it's... Now I'm feeling pulled to like this cabin or like workshop. A workshop possibly? Look, a workshop where he was taken. Could it be close to water too? Because I'm seeing the sail. Let me just ask that. Where Sebastian was taken, where he was held, was it some sort of business? Or is it like a workshop? Does he have a workshop there? Possibly. This is the Strength card. I don't know for sure. I'll have to dig deeper. And there's more that I want to go over as well. I'm remembering everything now as far as the vehicle. So the vehicle, I think, has either a license plate that would be a vanity plate, or some sort of like wrapping for a business on it, or some sort of identifiable markings on it. Like more like a work vehicle of sorts is what I feel pulled to. Let me just see further clarity in regards to this vehicle. Further clarity, anything descriptive in regards to the vehicle. It's just showcasing me that I'm on the right track with the 3s. It also could have a number 3 on it, but I'm feeling pulled to a work vehicle specifically. But see, when I think work vehicle, then I don't know if there's work that could be done like by the water that is still where you are able to keep an eye on, like in a predator mindset of watching youth. So there's more to unpack. More to unpack. Okay. Yeah, look at that. There's more to unpack here. But again, showcasing, let's focus and go back, right? If anyone watching this, let's focus on facts and not try to operate from a place of fear of the unknown. There's so many unknowns, and I think that's why it gets kind of in this round and round of just trying to hold on to anything that we might think could be true. Start from basics again, go back to possible facts, and there's something deeper. There's something deeper that needs to come to light, and I feel as an intuitive reader for me that it's who this stranger is, this lurker, this shark stranger. Okay. All right, everyone, thank you so much. Please let me know in the comment section down below anything that you saw, and let me know if you have any questions, because I'm going to come back on and do another reading, and I will try to focus on questions as well that I feel called to. All right, I don't want to do he said, she said. I don't want to attack any one of the family members. My perspective, my point of view, my goal is to send out energy that's going to ripple out and hopefully have an influence in helping connect the dots, connect the breadcrumbs to find this boy. Thank you.